Hello everyone, it's Angela here. Lovely to have you join my channel again today. I'm really excited about a couple of things that I've been working on, and I thought I'd give you another quick project. Again, working on things that we can recycle, because, you know, I love doing that and I know many of you do as well. Alright, so I was playing around. Where were my little goodies? I was playing around again with toilet roll cores. Started off doing this and then changed and did a few other things. I really had a lot of fun with this, and it is a great way to not only get rid of those toilet roll cores like this, but of course to use up something that we all have a lot of, which are these book pages. So I thought, well, I'm going to combine both of these together and use these to make something like this for our journals. I took it to another few steps further than this in a minute, which I will share with you, but do come and join me, and let's get on and make some of these, because they will make beautiful additions to your journal pages. Let me just grab a journal page here. So for example, if you have a page like this, and you stencil there, it would make a really beautiful little pocket. You could tuck in your tag just over there, and you could do some other things, leave space for writing. You could do them this way and have two, you know, decorated the other way around like that. So there are lots of things. You could have them as tuck spots and a tag. So there are quite a few things you could do, and of course they're really sturdy, and they're not very thick at all, so they're pretty thin. So I think they'd make perfect additions to our journals, and I just got addicted making these. So let's go and have a look at how we can do that for our journals. So I'll just put those aside. The first thing you want to do is get hold of these toilet roll cores. I have a whole container full of these, and the first thing I do is I collect them, and then when I've got quite a few, and I've probably got about 50 now, I just spray them with a bit of the Dettol anti-bac, just to make sure that they're all fine. And while they're slightly damp from that, that is a great way just to flatten them. So let's just take one here quickly. Mine are different sizes as well, just depends on where I get them from. The brand, they are different. So just flatten them roughly like that. Then what I do is I just do this with my bone folder, and then I just take a stack of these and I put them underneath a pile of heavy books. You can also run them through your if you've got an embossing machine or a die cut machine, like a Big Shot, you can run them through there, and it works just as well. And something I saw the other day, which I don't have one myself, but I have seen people use this, so I thought I'd mention it, is if you were one of the people that bought one of those make your own pasta machines, so a pasta machine where you run the dough through, you run them through there as well, because I don't think many of us, it's one of those machines that have ended up in the cupboard. Well, ladies, get that machine out, because you can run things like this and flatten them, but it also takes the embossing folders. So if you don't have a Big Shot or one of those little Cricut machines, then go and get that pasta machine out, because you can make beautiful papers like this using just the embossing folder and run it through your pasta machine. How great is that? So I thought I'd share that little tip with you today, because I saw it, I think, on Pinterest actually. All right, so once you've put these under the books, I've done that last night, and I have just flattened these. You can see they're dead flat now. So just put them under a pile of heavy books, and there you have it. All right, so that's how I got to this point. So what I'm going to do is just take one of those quickly and show you how I went from there. So let's just put that back on there. Okay, so it was really quick and easy. Just grab one of your book pages, yeah, and then what I did was I just took my big scissors. So let's just grab those. Love these scissors. Right, so I'm going to just chop the top off, and then one point to remember is do be mindful of what's on the book page if you are using this for somebody else's journal. This particular book of mine has some dodgy bits, but it's just for myself, so it's right for the purposes of demonstration. All right, so what I did here was made that side straight. Just take some glue, and really, let's not worry with this glue at the minute. I'm going to use my glue stick. All right, so you just want to put some glue on the one side of this, and you want to just stick it down the top there, so get it close to the edge at the top. All right, Abby, can you stop having a play while I'm trying to record? She's got her this little toy that we got from the supermarket. Really, it wasn't even and it is a dog toy. It looks like a Happy Meal. It's got like a circle in the one side. And she you put the fries, the burger and the chicken in there, and she's trying to get them out. She loves it. Right, so I've sort of trimmed this down. It's got about 1 inch or so around. It doesn't matter. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to cut in, but just a little bit away from the edge there. Abby, so just want to do that, and then I'm going to just angle it like that. Just do that on both sides. So in like that, just slightly away from the corner. Okay, it's just a rough job. So just do that. And then I like to just take my bone folder again. So keep these bits because I've got another idea for those. Don't throw your pieces, your scraps away, ladies. You know, they're useful. Right, so I've just run my bone folder around the edges now. That's just going to make it really easy for me to fold. And I'm going to put some more glue around those 3 sides like that. And I'm going to start with the edges. So because I've run the bone folder over, it's now really easy to fold. And then with this one, just fold that bit a little bit more over like that. All right, and then again here, like you wrapping presents, just to get, this is just to get a really neat corner. Yeah, and then just put some glue on those corners where you haven't already. Okay, oh, I need to wipe off my glue stick now. That's because you folded that with the bone folder. It's really easy to fold over, and you want to just grip that like that and have that like that. So when you turn it over, you've got beautifully neat corners, and there you have a covered pocket. Just look at that. All right, so if you've got anything that's slightly over, you can just trim that off like that. There we have it. All right, now we've got a little pocket there. Now all we need to do is decorate it. So what I do is, before anything else, I like to just have one of these little notches here. So just hold it in your hand. You can just draw around like your glue like that if you don't have a punch with your pencil, and just cut it out. All right, you could do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that in. It's easier to turn it over. I'm just gauging where the middle is like that, and as you can see, it's going to make a bit of a click. The dog's looking at me now. Right, so you want to keep this bit. Take that the paper off there. You don't need that bit. There's nothing I could come up with for that one. Take your glue, push this down, and put some glue where the little thumb notch is, and now just stick this back on there like that. Okie dokes. All right, so now you've got that there, and you're not going to see any of the toilet roll bit from behind. Okay, so there you have it. Now if you want to, you can stitch around there. That's up to you. I'm not going to do it today. I will leave that over there, and I don't need that anymore. So there we go. All right, so that's how we make the little pocket. Then, of course, I wanted to decorate them, use flowers and all of those things. And this is where my exciting bit comes in. So I'm just going to put that for the moment, because I have had many ladies ask me, where do I get my flowers from when I decorate, and I'm using floral cutouts from vintage books. And I do have lots of books, but one thing that I have found is I might find a flower that I really like, and then of course I've only got one. Now, you're not allowed to go and photostat or copy those books, because obviously they're copyright laws, so that's not an option, so I don't do that. But what I did do was I went and found I got myself some images that don't have copyright, and I got those as a digital in my shop, and I'm so excited. And here it is. So I'm sharing this with you today, which has just gone into my shop today. And as you can see, these are beautiful images that I love using, that I have got together here with the help of my son. And here we go. These are the images and the colors I like to use a lot. So this is the first page, and you can see we've got some beautiful peaches and pinks and lilacs and purples and mauves, just beautiful. These are the kind of flowers and the sizes I like to use. That's the first page. Then we've got this one, which is the second page. Again, beautiful. And I'm going to use these today. I absolutely love that one. Well, I love them all, but lovely combinations there. And then of course the third one with a few blues, yellow, but there we have it. All right, so 3 pages in my digital in a digital format. You can of course make these smaller if you print 2 of these to a page. These are this is the size that they come in. This is an A4, but when you print it to your letter page or an A4, just say fit to page. All right, so they are in a PDF, and they are in my Fussy cut flower digital. I'll put the link in the description box below. All right, so I'm absolutely loving these. These are my new favorites, and I've got 24 images here, and now I don't have to worry about which ones I'm using up, because I only have one of them. All right, so go and have a look there, and you'll find this in my Etsy store. All right, so I have cut out a pile of them already. I've done that, so I've got them all in here, been looking at them and working with them and having great fun. Isn't that just the most beautiful image? I just love that. All right, so we have got gorgeous florals to work with here. So what we want to do now is we want to get some bits and pieces together so that we can start making pretty pockets. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I've been in my little scrapped box here. All right, so we'll just put that on the side over here, and I am going to just pull some bits together, which I have already done. So I've got some scraps from that box there that sort of match. Now the first thing is I choose the flower. I'm going to choose this one. I love this one. I love the different varied colors there, and I thought I pulled some bits together that would work with that. So I've pulled out some scraps, all sorts of scraps that I have. This is from my doily kit there, and various other bits that I had. So I'm going to just stick these down. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm not stitching this, so just going to use my art glitter glue, which is my all-time go-to fave. So just working out, if that's there, then I want that like that. All right, so that's what I say. You know, when I first started making journals, and I was watching people at the beginning, I watched quite a few people, and I thought to myself, well, how am I going to get scraps? I don't have any scraps. I really thought that selling your scraps should have been a thing at the start. Obviously that wouldn't be the case now, because I make loads of scraps, but I try and use them in exciting ways so that I can you know, not have as many scraps. And I do love to use my scraps. So these are my small scraps in this little box here, which is I use a lot of. So, you know, it doesn't seem to get any bigger or smaller. But at least I've got a good selection of them in there. All right, they're great for tags. They're great for this kind of thing. So hang on to those scraps. Right, so I've just stuck that all down like that. And now I'm going to put this over here. And I wanted to say, my kind of thinking, don't be limited by the length of your pocket, the edges. Don't be stifled and think, well, that's the edge. It needs to stay within those boundaries. All right, go with the flow. I like it when it goes over, because it sort of blends my page into my pocket kind of thing. So, you know, that's right up my street. Now, before I put that, I'm just trying to get it to where I really want it. I do want to put a little label on here. This is one of Tracy's labels, just one of these. I'm going to just take away that white edge. I did cut out I've got loads of labels and things all over my desk in little boxes, I should say, those plastic boxes. And I think I'm just going to put that sort of like that. All right, move that up a bit, I think. Yeah, sort of like that. I like that. Okay, so we'll do it like that. Great. So let's do that. Right, this it could be like a mass make if you're into mass making. I don't really do mass makes really, but it's nice to just do something like this. That's quite easy, and you could even do this in front of the telly, you know, once you've cut out all your flowers, which you can also do in front of the telly. So, you know, I just like that kind of thing where I can just do things in front of the telly. Right, so we're going to stick it down just like that. I like that little embroidery bit sticking out there. There we go. Then we'll just put on our little label. You could use stamps. You could use just anything, butterflies. Right, I'm working on a butterfly one as well. All right, so there we've got a little pocket. How cute is that? I like that. And you can't have enough pockets in your journals, can we? All right, so I just want to put a little bit of my distress ink over the sides and on the edges here, just like that. Oops, a little bit more there. There we go, and I think that just finishes off. So there's the first one. We'll put that to the side. Okie dokes. Right, now let's try another one. Let's try another one. Now this time I want to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to show you what I did, and then it's a bit like a thing in process. Now I want to do, this one is this way. I wanted to have one this way and decorate it that way. So I've got a wider pocket. So what I did was take one of these again, and just got my big scissors here. You can just make it a little bit wider like that, and then you could use your knife as well. I'm a fan of a knife. So you just slit it like that. Now you've got a wider one this way, yeah, and then just neaten off that edge, I think. All right. Gotta love these scissors, it's just like one action. Right, so we put those there. So now what we've got is we're going to have a pocket that opens this way. So don't worry about the two side bits, because we're going to wrap it around. Again, we'll notch out a little bit over there once we've covered that. All right, so same process follows, except this time let's just take one of these pages. Alright, so the writing will be going a different way, unfortunately, but that's okay. Right, I love these for stamping on. Okay, so this time we want our opening over here, so I would put it on that edge like that. All right, so let's just do that quickly so you can see. So again, just put some glue on the back here, like that. Oops. And then put it up to the top there like that. All right, and then we're going to just cut around that. So in this case, it'll be sort of like this. Okay, keep these bits as I said. And then you want to just do as we did before, so just not quite to the corner, like that. Oh, sorry. Right, and then again, just like this, and just like that. All right, so we'll do the sides first again, and the bottom. So let's do the sides first, and this side. Once you run this over, you know, you can't go wrong. All right, just tuck those in slightly, and on that side, and then glue across this edge, and there we go. Right, neat as a present. Look at that. So there you have your pocket opening at the top now, and exactly the same process will apply here. You're going to make a little notch, and there you've got another pocket ready to go, and this one's this way now. All right, so we'll take that one, just make sure that's all right. I just want to trim, there's a little bit of overrun here just at the back. So that's easily sorted. Okay, right, so we've got our pocket like that, and again, going to choose my flower first of all, and the flower I'm going to use is this beautiful one, which is like a peachy pink, and I love that, just gorgeous. So that's going to go like that, and then just again some little bits that'll sort of match with that. So I've just got some bits there again, and I'm liking the lacy bits and the sort of doily bits, so we'll just put those down and stick those down like that. So let's do that quickly. So that's third, second, first. So go through your scraps, and as I said, the big ones I have in my plastic pouches, and then I'm able to draw on specific colors, which works for me. Everybody's different. And then the smaller ones I have on my desk to use as needed, which is quite often really. This dog's up to no good. It's on its back, growling at itself, having a play in its little furry donut bed there. Very fluffy shape, with just like a little circle that she lies in the middle. Abby, what are you up to? It's much sunnier today, but still very cold. I hope you guys are all right where you are. Still no sign of spring yet. I was saying to my mum on the weekend, I know it's spring when I start to see some shoots on the flowers, but nothing as of yet, which is quite sad. Okay, so now we can stick that on. How beautiful is that? So we're going to stick this on. I enjoy cutting these out when I'm watching the television or something, you know, just sitting down, really relaxing, and I do a whole bunch of them at once. So when I'm looking for new ideas or projects, that I've got them on hand. So it's great just to have them all ready. Can't go wrong with that. Right, so let's stick that down. Yeah, we do it like that. The only part I don't want to go over is the notch bit in the middle there, but I don't mind going over anywhere else, as I said, if it looks that way. Right, and then I have just used a little label. I think this one's from chapter 1. And they have great labels too. So I've just taken the white off with the distress ink. And I think I'm going to, just thinking about where I want this. And then I've got a little bit of wording from my digital for the Old Typewriter font. So if you're wanting some words there, which I love to use as well, then go and have a look. So do I want it over here, or I think over here? Yeah, let's do that. So we'll stick this down, and this is just, you could roll off loads of these. I think, I mean, once you get started and on a roll, nothing's stopping you really. You know, it's just quite addictive. I ended up making a couple of these already once I got going. Lovely to have a collection of them and just draw on them as needed. Right, so let's just see. Do I want this? Yeah, I don't want it quite there, so it'll have to be like this. Right, so there we go. Just move it around a bit. Okay. Right. All right, so there we have another one done. I do like a little bit of distress ink, sort of just frames it a little bit. Not much, because I'm not big on dark distress ink, but everybody can do as they choose. And then, of course, just open that up a bit and do there as well. All right, so we've got another one. So these ones are great because they're wider, and you might want to put, you could either have the opening there and slide in tags on the page, or you can use this from the top. So you've got lots of options here. So that's another one. So I'll just put that at the top there as well. So we've got another one there. And now I'm going to take you down another angle. So let's just put these to the side. Right, what I did now was I was getting all creative. So I've taken another one of these, and I'm going to just use my knife because I find the knife easier for me. But please use your scissors if you so wish, and please be careful. Do this slowly and carefully. Yeah, so I'm just going along the side here like this, and I am this is sharp, so you want to do this really slowly. Okay, and you know, as I say, all right, so we've trimmed that off, and I've just trimmed off a little bit on the sides there, so I'm happy with that now. And what I did was just going to use my ruler, and I want to just make this, as I said, a little bit more squarish rather than oblong. So I just wanted to cut off a piece here like that, sort of about that width, ruler width. Going to just cut that off. We're going to use that, so don't get rid of it. And now I've got more of a square piece. I'm going to just, you can draw a line and cut this with your scissors, and I'm just cutting that into 2 triangles. All right, so that's what I'm doing there. So these are great now to make different sorts of pockets, you know, these kinds of pockets. And again, what we want to do is cover these with our paper. So I'll just show you quickly. I'm not going to do it because I've prepared this so that I cut back on the time that I'm recording all of these things. So again, take a piece of your paper, lie it down onto the side that you want it to cover, and I usually trim off this edge here so that I have the writing there. So stick it down like that with glue. Let's just do one quickly. All right, so just going to go like that. Just remember, whichever side you wanted to cover, you need to do the opposite. So this is going to make one that's going to be this shape covered on that side, just in case, you know. and then it's just a case of cutting around that like that. So we've got one like that now, so we'll do that with those, and then of course this one as well. So I'm not going to use this on here, but I'll talk you through that in a minute. Okay, so just another quick example. Right, so we've got this like this now, and what I want to do is to cover this again. So again, I've decided I'm going to use this flower now, a white one, and I've got a couple of things aside here. So let me just grab these bits. Again, some little scrappy bits that I thought would go with this, and I'm just going to stick those down really quickly. Now you can again stitch this, and I might do it with these ones just to give it a bit of a decorative edge, so I'll do that in a second. So I'm just sticking down some of these bits here, mindful of that this, I don't want this to extend beyond this bit too much. Right, so I prefer to have it over that way, and then just want to see where these need to go. So I've just got a bit of that there and this like that. Yeah, I think I'll bring those a little bit more out. Yeah. Right, so it's just working out, gauging where things need to go, which is important. You don't want to have gaps or bits sticking out where you don't want them. Right, so let's stick that up there, I think. And then this little light green one just below that. I like the white flowers because sometimes when you're combining it with other colors on the page, it does really well to combine with those, so can't go wrong with that. So now I'm going to stick that on there. Remember, if you want smaller flowers, you can either change the scale or print 2 to a page, makes them much smaller. It's up to you, but I'm quite liking these original sizes at the moment for what I do, but everybody is different, of course. There we go, so we've got that there. Now what I want to do is just put something else on the side here, so I have really got that in mind when I was doing this, so hence to the edge. It's just a bit of planning before you stick everything down, so like that. Oops, so sorry. Right, again, got a little label here. I'm going to stick that on the side, just sort of like that, I think. Right, so we'll just do it there. Then I've got another one of these little words from my printed word digital, and like I said, I'll put all the details in the description box for the things I use. Right, so that just sort of brings that together. I'm liking that. And then I've got just a small butterfly here that I found in my box, and I'm going to just put that just on the end like that. All right, how pretty is that? Super pretty. Okay, so we've got one of those. I'm going to do one more. So I've got another one that I've done, and I'm going to again, this time I'm going to use a beautiful lavender one, so I'm going to use that flower, and then I am going to just stick down a couple of bits. So I'm going to stick down one of these scraps. I love the greens with the lavenders, don't you? So that's really good. Okay, so we got that there. I've got a bit of music paper I found, so I'm going to stick that down as well. Quite like that side, really. Alright, so that one's going to go a bit over, but that's alright, it just adds to it. And then found a little label here. I think it's one of the Tracy Fox ones, I'm not sure, I've got so many. I'm going to stick that down just to bring a bit of contrast in down the bottom here. So We'll stick that down. Okay, and then I brought a little butterfly. I think this one's from chapter 1, Shabby Purple, I think. God, I don't know how I remember these things, but I do. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now you can stitch around that. I would have done it before, really, if you want to. You've got these 2 pockets as well, so we've got those types of pockets for the pages. And now, as I said to you, this strip over here I thought would make a great little belly band. So what I did here was, I'm not going to use the newspaper. I'm going to use some other scraps to cover this up. So this is from chapter 1, it says so. So I'm going to just, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out what I want where. So I think I'm going to have this bit at the bottom like that. Yeah, let's do that. So we will stick this down first. This is just another scrap from Amity Bloom, I think. So I'm just using this glue because that's the one I have on hand. Like that. So we'll stick that over there like that. And then I'm gonna, I should have already stuck the other one underneath. So let's just try that again. Right, so this is coming together nicely. We'll put that at the top there. Stick that down. And I'll keep that for another one. We'll stick this over here. Or is this going to be, no, we'll have that there, otherwise it's going to be too busy. So let's just put a little piece of that down. All sorts of glues going on here at the moment. Right, so we'll stick that down like that. Then we'll deal with the little piece in the corner in a minute. So let's just take our scissors, trim that off. Oh, Abby's settled now, having a sleep. Good. Big sigh come from her. Okay, there we go. So just use up all those scraps. You can stitch around here again if you want, but what I'm going to do is, oh, I've got another little piece here, so maybe I'll stick that, I don't know, do we want that piece? We'll see now. No, I don't think I want that piece, but I might use a bit of the other bit that I had, which I've now thrown it back in. Oh, here it is. So I think I might just balance this out with a piece on the other side. So just faffing along here, ladies, sorry. And that's such a lovely image as well. So we'll put that at the top like that. Okay, that sort of balances that out there. And now we can place our little flower on here. So let's just see. Yeah. So there we go. We're going to just get this all down and glued, and we'll have quite a few little additions, if it's not stuck to my table, to go onto our little belly band here. So how cute is this going to be? You know, it's just a small little one that we could stick onto something else, like a little envelope or pocket as well. Just want to wipe this off there. Okay, so we've got that there, and then I've got a really tiny little label again. Just don't like the white on the edges, so that's why I do this. All right, so we can stick that down there like that. Doesn't that just bring it to life? So that we do that. All right, so there we have a little belly band that you could put in. Let's just grab something here. So this is a bit big, something smaller. So for example, something like that could fit in there, or a little envelope. So this is the size of a little envelope. You could tuck a little envelope in there like that on your page as well. So what did I do with my page? I've lost it now. Oh, here it is. All right, so you could just put that over there like that. All right, and decorate, stencil, and do some other things. All right, so, or you could put it onto another piece that's going into your journal as well. So I'm just trying to see if I've got something around. I don't really, but you could put that onto something else. All right, so a flip out or something like that. All right, so there's that. And then of course these would go this way, so this would be something like that, and then you can put in your journal cards and things like that, or this beautiful colored one as well, which I love. Right, so we've got those, or of course you can have this type of a pocket, or you could have pockets like this with openings here, or here in this case for this side, and have your tags popping out, or you could just use pockets like this, have it as a tuck spot or pockets or anything like that on your page as well. All right, ladies, so I hope that you had fun with me today. Go and get out those lovely toilet roll cores and come and make some more exciting pieces of ephemera to use in your journal. All right, because I'm going to have fun making loads of these. Don't forget about the beautiful floral fussy cuts that are digital in my shop. If you'd like to go and see those, I'll put the link in the description box below. And if you want to know about any of the favorite tools that I use, don't forget, I always put them on a list on the Amazon favorites. So any details on that, you're welcome to go and have a look over there as well. Thank you so much as always for your amazing support and encouragement. I couldn't do this without you. I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every one of you that take the time to watch my videos and send me a message. And even if you don't send me a message and you just like somebody else's because it's the same sentiment, that means the world to me too. So thank you guys so much, and I look forward to our next video. We'll be making another envelope to go in our reference journals. Thank you guys as always. Have a lovely week. Bye bye.